Hey everybody, and welcome back to Vinyl Talk with Tavis, and I'm Tavis. Today's video is going to be two parts. I'm going to be talking about my first celebrity crush, and then I'm going to be showcasing the albums that I have by that person. This person was born on March 26th, 1944. Her name is Diana Ross. Today is March the 16th, so in 10 days, Diana Ross is going to be 75 years old. Let me start with how I got familiar with this fantastic lady. First, look at this picture. This is going to be the ebony cover for its spring issue. I'm not sure when it's actually going to come out, but they are focusing on her and her achievements, and I'm so glad that they're doing that. When I was a little boy, my relatives were throwing out some records, and I told them to give me the records. So they gave me a pile of all kinds of records. And I had a little record player in my room. I think I was about 9 or 10. And I saw this one record, and it was titled Diana Ross and the Supremes, Cream of the Crop. It didn't have the cover with it. It was just a bare record by itself. And I put it on my turntable. And when I heard Someday We'll Be Together, changed my life. Oh man, when I heard that, it was so soulful. And when Diana Ross said, when I heard that song, changed my life. I had to research these wonderful women, even though word has it that the background singers were not even the Supremes, but I digress. I started researching, and it was probably in 1981. So I wanted to know more about Diana Ross, and I started listening more to the radio, and I started recognizing more of her music, and I just became infatuated with Diana Ross. I became infatuated with her, the Supremes, the reason why she left the Supremes, the reason why Florence Ballard was no longer in the Supremes at a certain point, why Cindy Birdsong joined, the whole mystery of it all. And back then, again, as I say many times, we didn't have the internet. We didn't have Twitter, Facebook, all those things. So we knew less about people. It was just hearsay, or what we saw or read in the Enquirer, the National Enquirer, or what the radio said, or what the TV said. And they didn't say much. But when Mary Wilson wrote that book, which is a total another story, I just keep rambling. When Mary Wilson, one of the Supremes, wrote the book about being a Supreme and the situations that occurred, that really just changed my whole aspect about the Supremes, but still it never took my love away from Diana Ross. I'm sorry. I just really fell madly in love with Diana Ross. Every time, listen to me. I feel like I'm your teacher. Listen to me. Every time Diana Ross came on the television, I would sit in front of the TV. I'm not talking about on the couch. I would be in front of the TV, inches away, on my knees, saying, Diana Ross, Diana Ross, Diana Ross. My dad would tease me all the time. Well, he's in front of the TV again, looking at Diana Ross. I loved her. I loved her vocal style. I loved her elegance, her hair, her photos, her glamour, just everything about Diana Ross intrigued me. Back then they had magazines, black magazines, like one was titled Right On, and they would have lots of pictures of black artists at the time. And I would tear out those pictures, especially if they had Diana Ross, and I would just hang them all in my room. I bought her records at the time, which I'm going to show you. They were just hanging in my room. It was just filled with Diana Ross posters. I was a Diana Ross fanatic. And to know that she's going to be turning 75 on the 26th of March. She's still doing concerts. She still has that hair. She still has those gowns, those beautiful dresses. She's singing her hits. It makes me very excited. And when she performed on the Grammys in February of this year, I felt like I was that child again that was so in love with her. I wanted to get in front of my television and get on my knees and watch her. She came out and she sang those hits, and I tell you, I just fell madly in love with her all over again. Because, you know, as you get older, I studied music in college, and I learned about classical music and jazz music, and so I kind of steered away from pop music for a while and focused on music that I was studying to graduate. You know what I'm saying? And she wasn't as important to me as she was then when I was younger. But now I'm realizing that she is being honored. Like in 2012, she got the Lifetime Achievement Award in the Grammy category, the Lifetime Achievement Award. She's never won a Grammy other than that, the Lifetime Achievement, with all of her hits. I think she's had 12 or 13 nominations for a Grammy, but she never won. I know that she got a Golden Globe for portraying Billie Holiday in Lady Sings the Blues in 1972. She did not get the Oscar, but she did get the Golden Globe. So she's accomplished a lot in her life, and she was such an influence in my life as a boy. She made me love music. Of course, I moved on to gospel music too and played in the church, but she was still ringing in my ear. And when all of her hits came out, and I mean, wow, I'm just so elated to be able to talk to her or talk about her on this platform and share with you the vinyl that I have of hers. I don't have everything, but I do have about 15 albums I'm going to share with you. The first album I have is, of course, with her with the Supremes, the 1966 album called I Hear a Symphony. What a beautiful song. Dun, 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 dun. You're giving me a true love, and every day I thank you, love, for a feeling that's so new, so inviting, so exciting. Whenever you're near, I hear a symphony. Do you remember that? Oh man! Produced by Holland and Dozier, great songwriters from Motown. A wonderful album, although I think I Hear a Symphony is the best. Great album from 1966. This also came out in 1966. I mean, Diana Ross and the Supremes were working it back in the day. Woo! A go-go. The song that came from here was You Can't Hurry Love. Oh man, and Love is Like an Itching in My Heart. Great, great songs. I just loved those tunes. Is there anything else on here? Yeah, those were the hits. Love is Like an Itching in My Heart and You Can't Hurry Love, 1966. This Greatest Hits album came out in 1967. Diana Ross and the Supremes' Greatest Hits. It has a gatefold. And it has the sketches of them and some nice reading about their lives at the time. I guess no one really knew that Diana Ross was thinking at that time about leaving. Woo! What drama. And it's a double LP. It has all their hits up until that point. Great album. I listen to it a lot. Then, Love Child. Wow. 1968. Love Child. Never meant to be. Love Child. Take a look at me. Start of my life. You know that? Hey, that was a jam. Cindy. Mary. Diana. Oh, yes. Yeah, there was a change here. Florence wasn't with him at this time. Now, this is the Diana Ross and Supremes Anthology. It's another Greatest Hits album. It's a double LP. This came out in 1974. Diana Ross had already left the group in 1970. She had done her movie. It's a big opening here. You see Cindy, you see Mary, you see Diana and all their songs. How many albums is in here? I think it's, you know what? I've forgotten. I think there's 3 albums here. Yeah, there's 3 albums. This is a triple album. And it has a nice insert. Look at this picture. Nice picture. Wow. This is great stuff. Great reading. Let's see what else is in here. Oh yeah, it just shows nice pictures of their lives, you know, great photographs in the early days of the 60s. And then the back of the page, or the back of the booklet, she's by herself on her own. Great album. Love Hangover, remember that? Came from this album. Diana Ross, 1976. A little tidbit of information for you. When she was recording Love Hangover, it's been said that in the studio, she just wasn't getting into the vibe that they wanted her to be in. So the people in the studio, they just redecorated the studio to make it seem more vibrant for disco. I don't know what they did. I'm not sure if they put a disco ball in there or something, but it made her sing much more sultry and disco-y, if you will. And that song, wow, Love Hangover. I must say, I like the shorter version better than I do the long version on this album. There seems to be a few vocal mistakes, but for me, on the shorter version, they edit out some of the things that doesn't seem to be on cue. But anyway, this album also has the theme from Mahogany. Do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life is showing you? Where are you going to? Do you know? I know where I'm going. I'm going to keep showing you some records by Diana Ross. Here's Baby It's Me, produced by Richard Perry. This is not one of my favorite works by her. I don't think there's any song on here that was really a hit for me. I bought this, but I don't feel it. But still, her glamour is just very evident. I'm not really a fan of this record, but because it's Diana Ross, I bought it. Okay. The Wiz, when this movie came out, I was all over the television looking at the commercials for it, the promos for it. It was great. I felt so good to know that she was in this movie. Totally different from The Wizard of Oz. It's that black version, you know, that hip, soulful stuff. Michael Jackson, Nipsey Russell. I forgot this man's name. You all can put in the comments what his name was if you want to. But wow, my favorite song on here is I love the main title, the overture. I love that, just the beginning. Quincy Jones. Oh, I just love that guy, Quincy Jones. Have you seen that documentary of him on Netflix? You need to see it. You need to watch that on Netflix. It's called Quincy. Great. Just a great, great album. I didn't know there was a soundtrack until I was in college. You learn a lot as you get older. Here is Diana, or this is called Ross, I'm sorry. This came out in 1978 as well with The Wiz. I'm not really a big fan, honestly, of this record. You know, I just don't know. But I have it. I own it. But honestly, the tunes don't really hit me. These next albums, this is when I was really in love. Woo! The Boss. 1979. This is the jam. Still. Look at that cover. Is she not gorgeous? Now, I say this a lot. From the rooter to the tutor. Hey! Woo! I love this record. Ashford and Simpson produced the hell out of this album. Lord have mercy. No one gets the prize. I ain't been licked. What am I doing? I'm not showing you. No one gets the prize. I ain't been licked. All for one. The Boss. Once in the morning. It's my house. Sparkle. And I'm in the world. Every song is beautiful to me. I love those records. I say it all the time. When you can just listen to the entire album and you don't have to skip a song because you don't like it so much. I just want to gaze at that album cover. What a great, great photo. Then she started working with Chic. This freaking album is even better than The Boss. This is my favorite Diana Ross album. I'm telling you like it is, y'all. Wait, how can I do this? There we go. There we go. Wow, what a great photo. Awesome photo. I love the inside, the gatefold too. So glamorous. See, that's what I love. And she has this writing at the bottom. So glamorous. This was 1980. Diana, produced by Chic, Nile Rodgers, and Bernard Edwards. I'm coming out. What am I? I'm so sorry. I'm coming out. Give up. Tenderness. Oh, every song is gorgeous. It just makes you want to dance. Every song is great. Here's a tidbit of information. Okay. Nile Rodgers, he wrote a book. And in that book, he says that working with Diana Ross was not really, I'm paraphrasing, probably not his best experience. He says that she had a hard time staying in key or in tune with the music. And also, when Diana Ross heard the mix, the final mix of the album, she didn't like it. and she had someone else to remix it so that she's featured more. Her voice, she felt like her voice needed to be more prominent, which of course you want your voice to be prominent if it's your album. You want to hear you more so than the instruments, you know? So they remixed it, and Niles and Bernard were not too happy about that. And they have since released the mix that Niles and Bernard originally did. And I must say that this mix that Diana Ross wanted is much better. I could not have imagined having that mix that Niles and Bernard wanted to be on this original record. It's too muddy. And so I think Diana Ross, she made the best decision. She made a great decision to remix it. So hats off to Diana for that. And I love Niles and Bernard, but hey, this is Diana. It wasn't Chic. So I'm glad that they did that. Every song is great. Love it. Love it. Here's another greatest hits. Diana Ross, All the Greatest Hits. Came out in 1981. It features Endless Love. Remember that song with Lionel Richie? It's the actual song with Lionel Richie. I just love that tune. What a wonderful, wonderful love song. I remember playing that song in so many weddings when I was a teenager. It has all of her hits up until 1981. It even has a medley with the Supremes. And it goes from You Keep Me Hanging On to My World Is Empty Without You, You Can't Hurry Love, and Love Child, Reflections, I Hear a Symphony, Love Is Here, Now You're Gone, and then it goes to Someday We'll Be Together. It's a medley, and it's the original songs, but they just go from one, they just play a little bit of one and go to the next one. It's really cool. Let's see the gatefold. It shows her with the Supremes, and it shows her solo works. Great, great, great album. Double LP. This is the album, Why Do Fools Fall in Love, in 1981. This is the album that I think I bought two. And I threw one of the albums away and just had the gatefold hanging up in my room. Let's see. This is the inside. Oh, so glamorous. And again, from the rooter, hey, to the tutor. Woo! Go, girl. Why do birds sing so gay? Hey, you tell me who originally sang that song. Tell me in the comments who originally sang that song. And I love the video that came with this. 1981. She's just running around the city and dancing. It's just a great, great, great video. Great album. This album is called Silk Electric. I got a copy that's not really good, at least with the cover. The album is in mint condition, but the cover is kind of messed up. This came out in 1982. It features Muscles. I think it was written by Michael Jackson. Da, 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 do, 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 do. Wait, I messed up. Da, 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 do, 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 ooh, ooh, ooh. I want myself, ooh, 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 oh, all over his body. Jam. Don't you like this cover? Who do you think did this artwork? Andy Warhol. Yes, he did. Look, the back is the same as the front, and the inside is the same as the front and the back. Great cover, Iconic. Iconic. This, let me take it out of his sleeve here. This, Swept Away. The song was written or co-written by Daryl Hall. You know, with Hall and Oates. Swept away, I was swept away. Swept away, I was swept away with you. That was a jam, y'all. Back in 1984. Beautiful cover. Sexy. From the rooter to the tutor. This inside is really nice too. I posted this photo in my Instagram page. And it's a great video too. There was a video with this song, Swept Away. And I also recently ordered the remixes on vinyl from eBay, which is coming soon. I can't wait to get that. Great album. I love every song. Touch by touch. There's Missing You, written by Lionel Richie. Ooh, I'm missing you. Tell me where the road turns. Great song. Great album. Oh, Diana. I love you. I love you. Here's my last album. This is her singing with the song We Are the World. All those wonderful artists back in the day of 1985. You recognize all those people? You see Paul Simon, Kim Carnes, Michael Jackson, Cyndi Lauper, Diana Ross, Stevie Wonder, Quincy Jones, James Ingram. There's part of the Hall and Oates, Kenny Rogers. Is that Lionel Richie? There's Daryl Hall. There's John Oates, Smokey Robinson, the Pointer Sisters, Ray Charles, part of the Jacksons, LaToya, Bette Midler. I think that's Randy Jackson, Huey Lewis. Who is that? I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. But wow. When I saw the video and knew she was going to be singing a solo, it just blew me away. Well, those are all the albums that I have by Diana Ross. And I have some more coming. I want to get the Mahogany soundtrack. That's coming. It should be here Monday. But I'm going to be gone. So I'll be back to get it. Hopefully it'll still be in the mail. I'm sure it will. But I just want to leave you with this quote that she said in 2012. She says, "It's been many years, and I've watched all the changes in the industry. When I started, I think we were making 78s. Then it was 33 and thirds. Then it was 45s. Then there was 8 tracks, and then it was cassettes. We went from analog to digital, and it's been such an incredible ride." Well, I want to say to you, Miss Ross, that you have influenced my life in so many ways. And I remember being a boy and just being madly in love with you. And you encouraged me to love music. Of course, other people encouraged me along the way, but you were the first, my first celebrity crush. And I love Diana Ross dearly. And I wish you a very wonderful happy birthday. May God continue to bless you. May you keep singing and showing the world all the great things that you've accomplished. And you deserve it. Rightly so. Everybody, thank you for watching. I'm sorry if I was rambling and blah, 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 but that's just the way it is when you're in love with someone and they've influenced your life. You're like tongue-tied sometimes. But as always, with music. Be inspired and stay inspired.